Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This episode in my election series focuses on the 2018 midterm elections from a national as well as California-centric viewpoint. In Part 1, I take a look at the field of candidates nationally and individuals running for office. Part 2, which airs tomorrow night, will be all about California's candidates and nominees for Senate, House, Governor, and judicial choices. Without further ado, here is Part 1. Congressional retirements can indicate which way the political winds are blowing. On March 26th, ABC News reported on the record number of GOP congressional retirements that have occurred leading up to the 2018 midterms, with Pennsylvania GOP Rep. Ryan Costello announcing this weekend he will not seek re-election. 23 Republican retirements have been announced thus far this cycle. In the House, the most in congressional cycle, dating back to 1973. This is according to the causality lists compiled by the congressional reporting outlet Roll Call. In addition to Costello, Representatives Trent Frakes from Arizona, Pat Tiberi from Ohio, Tim Murphy from Pennsylvania, and Jason Chaffetz from Utah also left politics this cycle, resigning their seats for various reasons. 4 other Republican representatives also resigned their seats to join President Donald Trump's cabinet and had their seats filled by Republicans in special elections. Democrats hope this high number, and polls showing enthusiasm among their voters, means a wave election will come their way in November. Those hopes were bolstered earlier this month by Democrat Connor Lamb's upset victory in Pennsylvania's 18th congressional district, won by Trump by nearly 20 points in the 2016 presidential election and held by Murphy since the early 2000s. They need 23 seats to win back control of the House. It's a tougher climb in the Senate, where Republicans are defending 9 seats while Democrats have 24 in play, including the 2 seats held by Senator Angus King and Senator Bernie Sanders, both independents who caucus with the Democrats. 4 Republican senators have also announced that they will not seek re-election in 2018. Thad Cochran of Mississippi, Bob Corker of Tennessee, Jeff Flake of Arizona, and Orrin Hatch of Utah. While the 31 total Republican Democratic House members retiring so far this cycle does not approach the record 52 members that retired during the 102nd Congress from 1991 to 1992, the numbers do not tell the whole story when it comes to congressional retirements this cycle. A number of high-profile members, including committee chairs and other nationally prominent figures, have decided to forego another term in a Congress defined by indecision and gridlock in recent years, as well as a Republican president struggling to get his approval rating over 40%. There are currently 10 Republican committee chairs retiring or seeking a higher office. It's a jarring number because the position is one of the most powerful a rank-and-file member of the House can achieve. One of the most surprising was that of Rep. Ronnie Frelinghuysen from New Jersey, who is leaving his spot atop the powerful House Appropriations Committee before he is term limited from the position. Lawmakers can only serve 3 terms as committee chairs, according to Republican rules the party adopted in 1994 in order to let younger members have a chance at the gavel. But Frelinghuysen was running in a competitive House seat and would have likely faced veteran and former federal prosecutor Mickey Sherrill, who proved to be a strong fundraiser. It appears a tough November contest outweighed the might of the appropriations gavel. Another short-term chairman to depart is Rep. Trey Gowdy of South Carolina, who is leaving the top spot of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. But other chairmen, such as Representatives Ed Royce of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Jeb Henserling of the Financial Services Committee, Lamar Smith of the Space Science and Technology Committee, Bob Goodlate of the Judiciary Committee, and Bill Schuster of the Transportation Committee would have to return to the life of a rank-and-file member due to the limits, or mount a run to head a different committee. Retirements among moderate Republicans could be the biggest sign to date of Democratic chances in 2018. These moderates represent swing districts that could go blue now that there's not an incumbent to keep them red. Some moderates complained of the difficulty in governing and the partisan atmosphere in Washington as the reason they are leaving. Some moderates include Dave Reichert of Washington, Dave Trott of Michigan, Elena Ross-Lehtinen of Florida, and Frank LoBiondo of New Jersey. While the overall number of retirements this cycle on both sides of the aisle are nowhere near historical highs, the number of Republican retirements have reached record numbers. The previous high of 22 GOP retirements came during the 110th Congress in 2007-2008, which saw the ascendance of then-Senator Barack Obama to the national stage, which preceded a Democrat wave in 2008 when the party added 21 seats to their already substantial majority. The speculation that 2018 could be a wave year for Democrats is well underway, but the connection between the rough political environment expected for the GOP and the increasing number of retirements is not as clear as some make it out to be. Stay tuned for part 2 of my 2018 midterm elections podcast series.